Sinder and Redacted may have been potentially framed for Silvervale's model cancellation, and I'm going to try and support this argument. This video will have chapters, and honestly, this is just my opinion on the whole situation. So, let's get started. To begin, let's go ahead and go look at Silvervale's Google Doc. So, the model cancellation allegation starts here, although it is mentioned in Nanoless's Google Doc, but it's talked about extensively here. In Silvervale's Google Doc, Silvervale states, I had a new live 2D model in the works for my birthday with Nano, which was eventually cancelled. I was devastated as Nano was the one who originally asked if she could do this model because she was excited to make it with all the new things she had learned, and my birthday was special. At the time, the reason given was health and stress reasons, which made sense given how much was on Nano's plate, and despite my disappointment expressed my support for her prioritizing her health. I am now aware that the actual reason for her declining to work with me on my birthday model was external pressure from Redacted and Cinder. Words cannot describe how heartbroken I was and am. So this is the allegation that Silvervale put forth and provides numerous screenshots to support this claim. This one that we're seeing right now is a screenshot of a convo between Nanoless and Silvervale on November 17, 2023 at 10:31 p.m. Nanoless states, Silver, I have to cancel the model comm. I'm sorry, my manager told me I have to cancel the most comms possible for healthy reasons. I've been working too hard and it's getting into me. I really apologize for this inconvenience. Silvervale, I was looking forward to it so much. I love your art so much, and I've been so excited for a new model from you. I understand, though, you have to prioritize your health and taking care of yourself. I hope your health improves and you feel better. Make sure to get lots of rest and relaxation. Do you know if you would be able to do it next year at all? Don't feel pressure or anything, just asking. Analyst, I'm sorry it hurts me a lot too. I just wish I could work on everything I could, but I believe I can still go for your model sometime next year, yeah. Silvervale, that's okay. I know you have a ton on your plate and can't imagine how stressful it must be. Do you think you still can do the GamerSubs tub art? Oh yeah, illustrations are okay, as Nanoless states. Further on, these are now conversations on November 25th, 2023, 11:21 a.m. Wait a minute. The model cancellation was on November 17th. What's going on here? November 25th. Okay. So we went about 8 to 5 days in the future, because here you can see that the last two interactions between Silvervale and Nanoless was on November 20th. But anyway, let's just go ahead and look at the November 25th, 2023 screenshots. 11:21 a.m. Redacted tells Nanoless, right, I know, I just didn't think our other conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. Like Silver specifically. Nanoless, maybe I just considered the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. Redacted, it's okay. Nanoless, but are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup, I'm stressing. Redacted, me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Cinder. It'll be fine. Don't worry. I think she's still sleeping. And then, at 11:30 a.m., Nanoless says, I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. You didn't tell Silver you canceled because of Cinder, did you? Nanoless, no. I told all of them it was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides Mio. Redacted, lol, we never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something, especially if it's something you don't want to do. In our conversation the other day, wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder work. Again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. And then we go back in time 6 days, November 19th, 2023 at 4:50 p.m. Redacted says, welp, let's see if Geary wants a nano model or not and hope Silver finds someone else. Then following this, I didn't think much of it at the time, but Cinder messaged me in Discord right before my model was cancelled. She celebrated that we shared art despite the fact that at the same time she and Redacted were actively working to take the potential for more away. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the screenshot with Cinder telling Silvervale at November 15, 2023, 9:39 a.m. Hey Silver, I just got your GamerSub stuff in the mail and it looks amazing. It's so cute that we both have Nano's art on our merch since she's both our model mama. Okay. So if we look at the order of the screenshots, Cinder messaged Silver this on November 15th. Then on November 17th, Nanoless tells Silvervale, hey, I gotta cancel the comm. And then Redacted says on November 19th, well, let's see if Geary wants an animal or not, and hope Silver finds someone else. Then following back to this screenshot here, where Silvervale responds to Nanoless's message at 10:36 p.m. on November 17th, 2023, stating, "That's okay, I know you have a ton on your plate and can't imagine how stressful it must be." Followed by the conversation here on November 25th, 2023. Now, one thing I want to point out is that Redacted responded to Nanoless for the reason why the model was canceled, stating that, "I'm sorry, my manager told me I have to cancel the most comms possible for healthy reasons. I've been working too hard and it's getting into me. I really apologize for this inconvenience." Sounds like health issues, right? And then if you go to this screenshot here at November 25th, 2023, at 11:34 a.m., Nanoless says, "I would never blame anyone besides Mio." In response to Redacted stating at 11:31 a.m., "You didn't tell Silver you canceled because of Cinder, did you?" And then Nanoless says, "No, I told them all it was health issues." Okay. As proven here, when she told Silvervale she had to cancel, it was due to health reasons. Now, the thing that's interesting is this line right here at 11:34 a.m. where she would never blame anyone besides Mio. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, Mio is Nanoless's lover, so I guess that's a thing. So, yeah, that's a thing there. Now, YasuVF actually covers the screenshot at 11:30 a.m. He actually covers that. But before we even go into that, let's go back into Nanoless's Google Doc. Under the section Damage Control, Nanoless actually references this exact screenshot, except she censors Silvervale's name. Quote, "Damage Control. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and all is kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1, Silvervale, is even spoilered, a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked." Okay? And then proceeds to show these screenshots, which we saw already in Silvervale's doc, and Geary and Silver's name is censored here. And then here, the constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. Okay, that's that's another thing. Cinder herself. I just want to point this out there, that this is Redacted talking to Nanoless. Like, we don't really actually have confirmation that Cinder condoned it and said, "Yes, this is what I said," or "I agree with what Redacted said" regarding that, so that's a whole other thing. But I'm getting on a tangent here. So, back to the screenshot here. The 11:30 a.m. screenshot, where Nanoless would never blame anyone besides Mio. Okay? So, let's go and see what YasuVF has to say about that in their Google Doc, Cinder versus the Clout Coven. Exhibit review screenshot, November 25th, 2023, 11:30 a.m., which is the screenshot we're looking at now. Before we continue, I want to point out that for this exhibit review that YasuVF has done, they only used Nanoless's version of the screenshot, not Silvervale's, where it's uncensored. So they used the censored screenshot from Nanoless's Google Doc. Anyway, let's continue on. Reference contents. Following earlier discussion about Nanoless's discomfort with exclusivity, this message continues the conversation about her cancellations of other commissions. Red appears to seek reassurance that Nanoless didn't cite Cinder as the reason, and reiterates that there was never an intention to coerce her into exclusivity. Theme alleged. Denial of pressure following private emotional influence. Summary of content. Nanoless clarifies that she cited health reasons when canceling commissions and did not blame Cinder or Red. Red responds with apparent humor and reassures her that they never meant to imply she was being forced into exclusivity. The message closes with an apology for any miscommunication. While the tone is friendly, the underlying subtext reveals a dynamic where Nanoless feels compelled to withhold the true cause of her cancellations from others, protecting Cinder's image and reputation. This screenshot was shared publicly by Nanoless as supporting evidence of her feeling manipulated into prioritizing Cinder without overt instruction to do so. Nanoless's claim. Nanoless presents this image as evidence of emotional manipulation, implying that while Red and Cinder claimed not to be exerting control, the conversation still led her to make professional sacrifices and concealed the real reasons for doing so. She implies that the pressure was indirect but real, resulting in self-censorship and internal conflict. Now, here's the thing. Going back to that screenshot that YasuVF uses for this exhibit review, yes, here, Redacted says, you didn't tell Silvervale you canceled because of Cinder, did you? And Nanoless says, I would never blame anyone besides Mio. And on top of that, Nanoless told Redacted, I told all of them it was health issues. Just wanted to put that out there. So that follows through with the exhibit review so far. Onwards to the objective legal assessment. Clear denial of coercion. Red explicitly states the intent was not to force or convince her, which weakens any direct claim of manipulation. Well, and that's true. Here, Redacted takes the time at 11:34 a.m. in the screenshot to clarify something, stating, we never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something. And mind you, this conversation was back in 2023, 2 years prior to the exclusivity deal that Redacted was trying to make with Nanoless, which is shown in Nanoless's Google Doc up here. So the events of 2023 is separate from the events of 2025. Just letting you guys know before we keep going forward. Now, back to this screenshot, you can see that Redacted is clarifying, saying, we never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to not work on something, especially if it's something you don't want to do, and our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder work. Redacted is reassuring and clarifying, like, hey, we're not trying to control you. You're the artist. At the end of the day, it's your decision. That is what Redacted is telling Nanoless right here, clarifying and apologizing for the miscommunication. Now, apology and clarification. The message includes multiple affirmations of respect for Nanoless's autonomy and attempts to clear past miscommunications, which we just talked about. Evidence of discomfort, not wrongdoing. The screenshot supports a narrative of emotional difficulty, but does not contain evidence of coercion, harassment, or defamation. Conclusion, this message demonstrates a complex interpersonal dynamic with Nanoless feeling stressed and Red attempting to clarify and de-escalate. While the emotional burden Nanoless experience may be valid, this particular exchange does not substantiate claims of manipulation or wrongdoing on Red's part. And guys, just putting into perspective, nowhere in this screenshot on November 25th, 2023 at 11:30 a.m. does Redacted tell Nanoless, hey, do this or else. Or, hey, do this for Cinder and me. Now, I can see where people will look at the 11:31 a.m. message from Redacted and say, oh, but he did say something like that. No, that's not the case. Redacted is asking Nanoless if she told the people she canceled models with that Cinder was the reason. That's the case. It's just asking it. I can see why people would say, hey, it implies this, but that's digging into it a bit too much. Redacted is simply asking, did you tell them you canceled because of Cinder? That's basically what he's asking. That's all. And also, to put it in perspective, if we go to the convos between Nanoless and Cinder, yeah, here, on November 26, 2023, 6:21 p.m., one of the messages from Nanoless, she states, I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. This is Nanoless herself back in 2023, which this whole model cancellation allegation from Silvervale takes place. So, you heard it from Nanoless herself. She's like, I'm going to try and put you in a priority spot. So, this is Nanoless we're talking about here. And then, so, that's what YasuVF has to say about it. There is no manipulation, there is no coercion, there is no harassment here. It's just Redacted trying to clarify some things, as well as apologizing and asking a question. That's all that's happened here. Now that we've looked at this screenshot in greater detail, let's go back to Silvervale's doc. Now, here's the thing. Let's go back to the case here, where Nanoless would not blame anyone besides Mio for the model cancellation of Silvervale. And as we've established earlier in the video, Mio is Nanoless's lover. So, from Nanoless herself, she wouldn't blame Redacted or Cinder. She would blame her lover Mio for canceling the model commission for Silvervale. And then I want to point out something here. Silvervale states that I am now aware the actual reason of her declining work with me on my birthday model was external pressure from Redacted and Cinder. Now, what does she mean by external pressure? To my assumption and bias, I'm assuming that external pressure is Nanoless, do this or else. Or some form or fashion of, hey, do this or else we're going to do something to you. That's what I think the external pressure Silvervale means is. So, when you look at these screenshots, nowhere in here does it look like Redacted is trying to manipulate, coerce, pressure Nanoless into canceling Silvervale's model. Nowhere in the screenshots that Silvervale provides, or in the screenshots that Nanoless provides regarding all of this. Mind you, this is from November 25th, 2023. So, this is like 8 days after the model cancellation. So far, to me, it seems like it's either Mio's the reason why she had to cancel the commissions, or it's because of just health reasons in general. And what's interesting here is that Nanoless says, I'm sorry, my manager told me I have to cancel. Okay. And then Nanoless also states that I would not blame anyone except Mio. So, large leap in logic here, major assumption. Does that mean that Mio is not only Nanoless's lover, but also her manager as well? Based on what we've seen so far, I'll leave that for you to decide, but seems coincidental. Now, let's go ahead and delve more into this. Now, an anonymous source reached out to me with screenshots from Nanoless's Discord server, Nanoless's Chicken Cult. In the general chat of her Discord server, apparently there are some messages that she put in the general chat of her Discord server that may coincide with this. Now, I'm not part of the Nanoless Discord server, but the person that sent me the screenshots of some of the messages in the general chat of her Discord server, that person's in there. So, with that being said, the screenshots I'm going to show you is reportedly public, so this isn't really a private DM. This is kind of just made for the public if you join the Discord server, which, by the way, I'll provide a link to in the description below. So, let's go ahead and look at messages from the month of November in 2023. So, the first screenshot I was sent from this anonymous source regarding November in 2023 is this. Nanoless, I was gonna stream today, but I was too tired and slept all day. Sleep is good though. Don't worry, you deserve all the rest you can get. I hope you had a good rest though. Excuse me, you hardworking chicken mommy. This is on November 2nd, and if you can tell, it's in a different time format, so yeah. It's literally November 2nd, 2023, 0:35. Alright, then the next one is on November 11th, 2023 at 20:45. By the way, sorry for the lack of streams, got a lot of NDA stuff, and I don't have time for casual streams. Take your time, we don't mind at all. On the same day, it's all good, Nano, don't forget to take breaks every now and then. And this was at 21:13. The next one is on November 14th, 2023, 1919. Daily reminder that I'm not streaming because of NDA work, and I still love you all. November 15th, 2023, 1822. Daily check ping. Good morning is hot and I'm constipated. Hope you already did you daily shitting. And then on November 17th, 2025, 1533, the day that Silvervale's model got canceled, she says, I tasted a bit of Monster yesterday. It fucked my sleep. And I understand that. That sucks. Next, on November 18th, 2023, 3:54 p.m., Nanoless literally states in her general chat in the Discord server, had take some action about my calm waitlist, but I'm healthier and less stressed. This is a day after Silvervale's model cancellation, which is shown here on November 17th, 2023. Furthermore, this person says, nice. Nano streams return soon, TM. Then November 19th, 2023, 8:38. No, you go back, slept. I never slept. November 22nd, 2023, 14:38. Good morning. This week my work gas ran out. Good morning, but I'm back today. November 26th, 1821. I also got some personal shit going on and I'm having so much anxiety. I'm not so well. It's a constant feeling on the gut and arms feels weak. I don't know. November 27th, 2023, 1357. I kind of feel like my new account more, not gonna lie. Also, good morning. I slept for 12 hours after Zen debut. Guess I relaxed a bit. November 29th, 2023, 051. You know you love us. Now go take your meds and eat the noms, not the meds. If the meds are giving you a seizure, then you're taking the wrong meds, Nano. Now thinking about it, it does make sense. So here, these are apparently messages in Nanoless's Discord server's general chat that may coincide with the model cancellation of Silvervale, specifically the one on November 18th, 2023, which is this one right here, where Nanoless literally says, had take some action about my calm waitlist, but I'm healthier and less stressed, which coincides with the whole thing where Nanoless tells Silvervale I have to cancel because of healthy reasons. And then Nanoless saying, I would never blame anyone besides Mio, which is her lover, and who knows, maybe also her manager. And also, there is barely any external pressure from Redacted onto Nanoless about canceling the models. And also, I just want to point out that this exchange happened on November 25th, 2023, which is about 8 days since the model cancellation. And even then, if you look into here, with like messages between Nanoless and Redacted on Nanoless's Google Doc, you can see that the conversation on July 19th, 2023, it's like they're going back in time. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent here. The point of the matter is, it doesn't make sense. And the fact that the model cancellation was due to health reasons is more so supported with the screenshots that the anonymous source sent me from Nanoless's Discord server's general chat, the one that was on November 18th, 2023, 3:54 p.m., where Nanoless has had to take some action about my calm waitlist, but I'm healthier and less stressed. Plus the fact that Nanoless herself literally said, no, I told all of them it was health issues, and then she also goes on to say, I would never blame anyone besides Mio. So that right there already shows that, like, hey, this wasn't because of Sinder and Redacted. This was due to health reasons, and possibly Mio, her lover. And the fact that Redacted clarifies that they're not trying to make her to do, like, more Cinder work, basically shows that, hey, she has a choice. And also Redacted apologized. So the fact of the matter is, there was no external pressure. These screenshots show no external pressure. They show no manipulation. They show no coercion. And the fact that, like, Nanoless herself literally tells Silvervale the reason why she canceled was health reasons, and on top of that, Nanoless literally says she wouldn't blame anyone besides Mio, and the screenshots in her general chat of her Discord server show that she's healthier because she had to take a hit on her comms list, kind of shows that, hey, this may have just been for health reasons, and Cinder and Redacted had nothing to do with it. Just saying. So, what's the verdict here? What's the verdict here? Me, personally, I think, yeah, Cinder and Redacted may have been possibly framed for Silvervale's model commission cancellation. As shown in the evidence that was provided by Silvervale's Google Doc and Nanoless's Google Doc, I don't really see any external pressure from Redacted to Nanoless to cancel Silvervale's model. If anything, Redacted asked a question saying you didn't tell people that you canceled because of Cinder, and also on November 26th, Nanoless basically said I'll also have like a priority spot for Cinder. So there's that. And again, I cannot reiterate this enough. Nanoless literally showed that she told Silvervale she canceled due to health reasons, and in a conversation between Redacted and herself, she literally says she wouldn't blame anyone except her lover Mio, which could potentially be her manager. So, the fact of the matter is, where was the external pressure from Redacted and Cinder to Nanoless? Why are we not given more definitive proof of that? We are given screenshots of Redacted clarifying and apologizing to Nano. We are given screenshots where the reason why the model cancellation happened was due to health reasons. There is no manipulation, there is no coercion, there is no harassment, there is no external pressure from Redacted to Nanoless saying, cancel Silvervale's model or else. There is none of that. So, personally, after everything I've looked at, and what the people have sent me, the anonymous source sent me, it seems like the reason why Silvervale's model got cancelled was due to her health concerns. You saw the screenshots. She wasn't feeling good in the month of November back in 2023. So that also proves the fact that it could be due to health reasons. So yeah, I think that Sinder and Redacted may have been potentially framed for Silvervale's model cancellation. Now, everything I use for this video will be in the description below. I'll also provide additional sources for context. I encourage you, the viewer, to go to the source so that way you yourself can come to your own independent conclusion.